Hello everybody, this is Mike Andrew. Once again providing a short video with practical insights as it applies to business and leadership. And this is the third in a series of videos where I bring information and insights from one of my two books, The Greatest Leader He Ever Saw, or How to Think Like a CEO and Act Like a Leader. Today I'm going to look at the CEO part. And I'll pick out a couple of topics from that. So let me start with this first one. Do you ever notice that the company you work for, or any company for that matter, if you read about any company or listen to a spokesperson from another company, or even if you look at your favorite sports team, whatever sport you like, do you notice at the beginning of the year, everyone's optimistic? They have a winning plan, a winning strategy. They're going to do well. So my question is, if every company has a winning strategy, why doesn't every company win? If every company has a winning strategy, why doesn't every company win? I believe it's in the execution. Because it's not what the strategy is, it's what the strategy does. For those of you that are Star Trek fans, I'm not. I don't even know who Yoda is, but Yoda is famous for saying, do or do not, there is no try. And Jack Welch, the famous CEO for GE, recognized as one of the top CEOs ever. In one of his books, I remember him saying, in real life, strategy is pretty straightforward. You set a general direction and you implement like crazy. So it's all about the execution, and that's where leadership comes in. And we can get into a whole other discussion on that. The second area I want to talk about is finance, often referred to as the language of business. The language of business. Finance is all about keeping score, using the sports analogy. And the first way to keep score is the P&L, the profit and loss statement, or the income statement. That answers the question, how did we do? How well did we do? Did we win? Did we meet expectations? How did we do this year compared to last year? How are we doing compared to our competitors? So at a very high level, the P&L is all about the revenue or the sales minus costs, and there's different levels of costs, and the bottom line, net income or net profit, same thing. So how did we do? That's the P&L. The second major financial statement is the balance sheet, and that answers the question, how healthy are we financially? Are we in a good cash position? Can we operate the business without borrowing any money? And a balance sheet looks at total assets, things you own or sell, like cash or investments, property and equipment, minus liabilities or debt. And when you subtract those two, you get leftover equity. Look at your financial situation. We all have a good sense of how healthy we are financially. Looking at the value of our home, our car, money in the bank, money that we have invested, minus debt, credit card debt, home mortgage, car loan, whatever, and what's left over is equity. Now there's a whole set of accounting principles around how they account for that in terms of book value versus market value, but I can't get into that. So the balance sheet is all about how healthy are we financially. The P&L is how well did we do. They're both ways of keeping score. And again, if every company has a winning strategy, why doesn't every company win? It's all in the execution, and that's where good leadership comes in. Let me know if you like the video, or if you have any comments, I'll do my best to reply. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.